Hey Froggy friends, Kirostyle here, welcome back to Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Thank you so much for joining me here on stream. Welcome in everyone. Sai, congratulations on being first. Aru, welcome in. CB, it's good to see you. Cole, thank you so much for dropping by. Ash, welcome, welcome. Kieran, thanks for dropping by. Angora, welcome in. Hope you guys are all doing well today. Last time we finished Chapter 0 and Chapter 1 of this game, so now we're on Chapter 2. Now, my original plan was to finish Chapter 2 and 3 on today's stream, but Chapter 1 took a lot longer than I thought because of those codec conversations. So I don't know, if we do Chapter 2 and it takes longer than I think, I might save Chapter 3 for another stream if I don't think we have time to finish it in one go. So we'll play it by ear, we'll see. I do know that Chapter 1 is a bit longer and has more conversations than the other chapters, so maybe we'll be let off a little easy. I guess we'll see. Again, not that I mind them because I like hearing the lore and it's nice that they're actually voiced and they're not just like blocks of text you have to read, but at the same time, they kind of break up the flow of the action, but I do want to get through them. I started the game and left it on this screen just because I thought it was hilarious, because here it says I have 1 hour and 13 minutes of playtime, but last time we spent 4 hours, actually we spent like 4.5 hours playing through Chapter 0 and Chapter 1. So that means that, according to the game, we spent over 3 hours in codec conversations, which is insane. I knew that the codec conversations were starting to get long, and I thought that maybe the ratio between like gameplay to codec was maybe like 1 to 2 or maybe 1 to 1.5. I didn't think it was like this. Like that is pretty crazy. It's like 3 times the number of codec conversations compared to gameplay. And that's including the fact that Chapter 0 didn't have any codec conversations. So it is what it is, but I just was not expecting that difference. Okay, but let's get going and let's do Chapter 2. Let's see. Okay, collections, VR mission, story. Okay, we won't look at our collection just yet. And we will have to upgrade Raiden as well once we get in, because we didn't buy any upgrades.
So you've got some kind of disguise lined up, right?
Yep, all set.
Hope so. You'd be a little conspicuous just walking the streets.
Relax, Kev. I'll blend right in.
Beautiful, Raiden.
Well, just get into the sewer system ASAP. Hopefully anyone who notices you will just mind their own business. You sure you want the K9000 there along for this one?
I had the good doctor make some adjustments along with the repairs. Remote piloting and AI wiping have been disabled. So yeah, I say let's throw him a bone.
Wordplay. My exoskeleton resembles a canine. Canines enjoy bones. I'm using on 2 levels.
Let's go.
Oh, Blade Wolf. You're such a good boy. Very nice.
¿Quién es ese güey? ¿Un mariachi? ¿No? ¿Un cyborg? Ese es un güero. ¿Qué?
Adios, amigos.
¿Viste? Qué raro, ¿eh? Hay que hacer que no lo vimos. Vámonos ya.
Raiden, you forgot your hat! Raiden, your hat! Raiden, no!
It's Raiden. I'm in the sewer system.
All right, let's get started. Your mission's to investigate the Desperado-affiliated research center somewhere in that area. According to the intel from our client, the lab's been dumping illegal waste into those sewers. FYI, they're also involved with the cartels in human trafficking. Allegedly, anyway.
This just gets better and better.
Tell me about it. We need you to infiltrate the lab and find out everything you can. Of course, you'll have to find it first. We still don't know the exact location.
So I'm looking for anywhere the lab might hook up with the sewers?
Yep. If they're actually dumping waste, they've got to link up somehow. Find that connection, sneak into the lab, and see if you can find evidence implicating them on anything.
No problem. Stealth's my specialty.
Right. Well, we'll see.
Do we have any idea what kind of research they're doing there?
Not really. Maybe something related to all the people they're trafficking.
Like experimentation?
It's possible. First things first, though. Find a way into that lab. Oh, right. It says here the locals say black crocodiles live in those sewers, so you know, watch out.
Black crocodiles? Could they be talking about UGs?
Maybe just an urban legend. But still, be careful.
I will scout ahead. You will provide backup.
Sir, yes, sir.
Commence operation.
Oh, okay, bye. Bye, Blade Wolf. Why do I still have my homing missiles equipped? No, not now. Hey, Leon, welcome to the stream. Hey, Eric, welcome in. Before we get started, let's customize. Since we didn't do that last time. So yeah, when the game first came out, obviously the mariachi outfit is one of the big memes of the game. Yeah, we also got the Mistral's polearm weapon. No, I don't know. Not buying it just yet. Okay. Okay, let's start with the skills, because these are pretty useful. Aerial parry, that one's pretty useful. Sidestep enemy attacks, that's useful. I mean, these don't really cost that much. I mean, they do, but like, I have a lot more BP than I thought. Okay, well, defensive option first. Okay, we could buy a few life upgrades. You don't need too many of them because we're playing on low, but it is kind of nice padding to have. Although we did pick up at least one health pack already. Plus 8,000 though. Fuel cells also 8,000. We can also upgrade our weapon. I'm not going to buy any of the body skins just yet because one, I want to keep Raiden in his OG outfit for the actual game, but like these are pretty useful if you want some of these. Increase strength, increase absorption, and energy. I don't want to increase strength just yet because, again, we're playing on low, so I don't want the fights to end too quickly, just for the fun of it. Even though I'm playing this because I want it to be casual. You know what? Let's start with the skills, just because. Get them out of the way. We'll need them all eventually. Ooh. I have down like a lightning bolt. Ooh. I might as well just get these. Oh, there's more. Attack immediately as he draws his blade. Okay, so these are getting more expensive, so we won't buy those just yet. Let's get one life pack and one fuel cell. I never really used the unique weapons. I think they're kind of cool if you want like extra movesets and stuff, but I don't recall them being extremely useful. I'm gonna save my BP. Okay, let's do our favorite part of the gameplay, the codec conversations. So we now also have Wolf as another codec conversation. So because we have more people to call, each person should have less conversations, in theory.
How are things back in Abkhazia?
Thanks to the full efforts of the workers, power was restored in just 2 days.
Pretty impressive.
Only the power plant is back online though. Refinery itself will likely be out of service for months. Fuel sent from Supsa is being used to power the plant for now.
Just wish I could have stopped him.
Impossible without a sniper. And in our focus on anti-cyborg combat, we were unprepared. Thankfully, other than financial losses, few Abkhaz citizens were seriously affected. The plant workers had already been evacuated, and most were hired back on to rebuild the refinery. We received payment and are not being blamed for the suicide blast.
Good to hear. It should go a long way to help fix our reputation.
Duh. And even more good news. Desperado is down one of its top captains.
Let's hope they learned a lesson.
We can hope, but it is doubtful. We still do not know who is supporting them. Even if we shut Desperado down entirely, their backers could simply hire some other PMC.
Whoever it is, you really think they're interested in the pipeline? Who'd benefit besides the Georgians?
Hard to say. Whatever the plan was, it went up in flames with Dulcayev's suicide. The problem is that there are countless companies and governments profiting off the BTC pipeline. Whoever is behind it, they may be too big for a simple security firm like us to do anything.
Yeah, one thing we do know, though, is that Sundowner's more than just a pawn in all of this. We need to watch him. Trafficking or not, we need to stop their operation here.
Find the evidence, and perhaps we can do that. And Tovarich, be careful.
Have you ever worked with this client of ours before?
Duh. Several active human rights groups engage in non-violent interventions like this one. Typically, they hire firms like ours to provide security and backup. Most serious human rights abuses take place in unstable regions, after all. Legitimate human rights groups, not fakes set up by oil firm or such things, they cannot handle it.
Yeah. It's different for private groups working in hostile regions. Especially when some of that hostility comes from the local authorities.
Indeed. NGOs and security firms play a greater role in peacekeeping, too. You know, DDR business. Disarmament, demobilization, reintegration. Like the UN runs it. Usually, carrying weapons is not permitted for the group involved, for obvious reasons.
So outfits like ours run guard duty. If the locals don't like armed peacekeepers, then they pretend to be unarmed observers instead.
Duh. It's beneficial for the client if the locals are aware of the firepower backing them, though. I've drank tea with the sort of people my company would normally be pushing back with the butts of our rifles. It's very different from usual. More direct sort of security work, especially at beginning. But I got used to it. Less danger of unexpected conflict, and the pay is pretty good. We've built a good reputation for this kind of work. This is why NGO hired us for this job.
How are things back in Abkhazia?
Thanks.
Pretty
Only
the same.
and then our tank, the plant we
Good.
Duh.
Let's.
We can even if the problem whoever
Yeah, we need.
fine and Tova.
This trial mentioned someone from her past. Any idea who that could have been?
None. I checked her file again, couldn't find a thing. Definitely not Dolzaev. Probably not Sundowner either.
No. The way she put it, it didn't sound like anyone I've encountered so far. Maybe someone involved in backing Desperado.
If so, sounds like they're providing more than just financing. Maybe they share the same philosophy.
That'd be bad. People willing to die for their leaders aren't so easy to predict.
Yeah, but other than the wins, Desperado's cyborgs are all just hired contractors. They're probably emotion suppressed with nanos or drugs or whatever, but that's about it.
You're probably right.
Hey Hunter, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by.
You know, I've never really developed a taste for climbing through sewers. And Guadalajaras aren't exactly wowing me either. This place isn't gonna go up in flames, right? I think I saw something about that in the briefing.
You're talking about 1992? What a mess. Over 200 people killed. That was almost a half-century ago, though. You smell anything off? Before the explosions, residents complained they smelled gas from the sewers.
I'm in a sewer, Kev. You think I've got my smell receptors on? Local air analysis doesn't show anything potentially poisonous or explosive, though.
Well, you ought to be fine then. Besides, little gas explosion's probably not gonna kill someone like you.
Well, that's very encouraging. Seriously, though, Guadalajara is not a bad place, at least from what I've seen.
Oh, it's not. Second largest city in Mexico, after all. I've actually spent a lot of time down there. It's got a lot of charm. The architecture is a fusion of Latin and old colonial Spanish culture. The city's historic district is home to a massive cathedral overlooking the whole town. It's always bustling. It's a lot of fun just kicking back and watching the locals. Walking around the Libertad, taking in the sun with a cerveza in one hand, mariachi band nearby. No better way to spend a weekend, let me tell you.
If this PMC thing doesn't work out, you'd make one hell of a tour guide. Meanwhile, I'm down in this dark, filthy, humid, cramped sewer.
Also, if you ask me, the girls over there are the hottest in all of Mexico. You wouldn't believe some of the chicas I've chatted up. On the street, in the shopping malls, at the bars.
Sounds like better company than a robo-wolf and a bunch of plague-ridden mice.
Well, hang in there. I'll buy you a shot of tequila after we wrap this up. The city of tequila's not far, actually. That's where it originated.
I'll take you up on that. Now let's get this over with.
It's a good thing he could turn off his smell receptors.
Hey, Kev, let me ask you something.
What's up? We've been over pretty much all the...
No. Those girls in Guadalajara, you never told me what happened.
Jeez, man, we're in the middle of a mission here.
So they used you for free drinks and then took off, I take it, huh?
Well, they weren't really my type. I'm more of an intellectual, you know? I don't go for just any random girl at a bar. Looks are one thing, but I need someone I can talk to. Someone fun but clever with a good sense of humor.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Look, Kev, you're in your 30s now. It's time to stop holding out for Lil Miss Perfect. You just need to find someone nice. You know, settle down, start a family.
Okay, Mom. Okay.
Laugh all you want, Kev, but having kids will change your life. I can't see him all the time with work and all. But whenever I'm back home, he's always so excited to see me. When I see that, I feel like, you know, I want to do whatever I can to keep him happy.
Sure, I hear you. But look, man, I was just having some fun in Mexico. Wasn't seriously searching for a wife or anything.
I know, but separate from that, I just think you've gotten too damn picky. I can understand trying to find the ideal woman when you're young, but you know what? It's those little imperfections, those idiosyncrasies that keep things interesting in the long run. You come to appreciate that kind of stuff in a lifetime relationship.
Idiosyncrasies, huh? Like if she snores or she talks loud during movies?
Well, not if she talks during movies. A man's gotta have some standards.
That's quite the rabbit hole to go down. I could say a lot of things, but I don't think now's the time.
Miss Trial mentioned someone. Any idea?
No,
Yeah,
definitely.
No.
Maybe if
That's something we've
yeah,
heard
but they're
before.
Can't believe Dolzaev blew himself up.
Pretty common terror tactic. You don't usually see the leaders doing it, though. It's one thing to get your flock pumped up on the glory of dying for the cause, but it's not often they actually go through with it themselves.
You gotta have a public face, after all. The guy who gets to claim responsibility on the evening news.
In a weird way, Dolzaev showed some serious dedication. Not that I'm about to praise him for it.
Yeah, still a terrorist. A suicide bomber in the end.
If that's what you want to call him. Still, he kind of failed at it.
How so?
Well, all that explosion did was put a dent in Abkhazia's budget. More Russia's, really. They're the ones rebuilding the refinery. The coup didn't work out. He couldn't overthrow the government. He was barely a blip on Russia's radar.
So, you're saying the bombing didn't accomplish any of his goals? He did it just because he was cornered? Sounds more like just plain suicide.
Yeah. Probably wanted to end things with his own hands. Like a samurai committing harakiri.
Still not something to be commended for, though.
Yeah. Lumping him in with true warriors like the samurai just gives them a bad name.
Yeah, it is nice when Raiden talks about his family. It's kind of nice when they have those, like, personal conversations, you know?
I hope she didn't get to you. Wanting to protect the weak that's worth striving for.
Don't worry. I've heard more than a few supervillain spiels in my time. Maybe we had some things in common in our past, but not anymore. I bring my beliefs into every battle I fight. You want to call me foolish? Well, that's not gonna change me.
I'm glad to hear that, Raiden.
Yeah, thanks. Riding out.
Say, Raiden, where'd you get that hat you were wearing?
Well, finally someone noticed it.
Sombrero? Well, picked it up at a souvenir store here. I guess I just kind of like the design.
But you left it behind,
Also,
Raiden.
when you're on a scout mission, it's vital that you use the local attire to blend into the background.
Yeah. I think it looked pretty good on you. You looked like some kind of mariachi singer.
Oh, you think so?
Yep. Only, that's kind of a problem too.
How so?
Well, I mean, that sombrero really is meant to be part of a mariachi costume. Mexicans don't wear hats like that normally.
Come on. The guy at the shop told me I'd look just like a local.
Yeah, a local tourist maybe. Look, you might see a lot of Mexican men wearing sombreros during their daily routines, but, nothing like that. They'd go for something a lot more simple and compact. Something not all that different from cowboy hats in the Old West.
Are you sure?
I don't know if it's true or not, but I have heard one theory about the modern cowboy hat. They say it's based on the sombreros the original Western settlers brought from Mexico. Of course, cowboy hats come in all shapes and sizes, so you can't really say a specific one's the cowboy hat.
Huh. Well, now I know why the locals were so eager to get a look at me.
That wasn't the hat.
The fact that he had the hat just so he can get out of the car, and then he just immediately went down the manhole, like he could have at least put the hat back in the car or something like that, so he could keep it. I'm glad that I mean, obviously the mariachi outfit is kind of more of a joke, but I'm glad at least they, like, talk about, like, the cultural significance of it and how it's not normal attire and stuff. Like, it's self-aware about that, which is nice. Give us a little history lesson, too, while we're at it. You can unlock that mariachi outfit for Raiden later in the game, and if you wear it, he actually speaks, like, some lines of Spanish instead of his normal lines, or something like that.
By the way, Raiden, have you ever eaten nopalitos? They're typically called nopales.
Huh. Oh, like that street vendor was selling. Nope. No pales.
Well, that's too bad. You really ought to try some while you're in the area.
Yeah, but it's from a cactus, right? Doesn't it taste all thin and watery?
Not at all. It's kind of like the flesh of aloe vera leaves, or the seaweed used in Japanese cooking. It's got this really soft but crunchy texture, and it's really versatile. You can eat nopales as is in a salad, saute them, stir-fry them with steak, put them in tacos. You can even toss them in a blender to make some juice.
I had no idea.
Tell me about it. I got hooked after Boris took me to this one Mexican restaurant. After that, I just had to learn more about them. Ooh, for example, they're really low in calories. They also have lots of soluble and insoluble fiber, which not only promotes digestion, but is great for maintaining healthy cholesterol and blood pressure levels. It's even thought to help prevent intestinal cancer. It's packed with healthy stuff too, like vitamins B and C, potassium, and iron.
Okay, I get it. It's good for you. So how does it taste?
Huh? I just told you.
Never mind. Probably can't capture any food down here anyway. Not that I'd need to. My muscles run on fuel cells, and I've got enough blood sugar to keep my brain running for another week.
Well, you can still eat though, right?
Yep.
So, how about we all go out for Mexican once you're done? Food's a lot more than just an energy supply, you know? It's meant to be enjoyed.
With that, I agree.
I like how Kevin and Courtney have a number of conversations that talk about, like, the culture about the places that we're visiting, even though we're not really seeing, like, the normal locales, of course, but and Courtney in particular likes talking about the food. It is interesting, and it's kind of nice to just kind of get random trivia from the game, even if it's not always completely relevant, but it's just kind of nice flavor text. But it makes me hungry every time she talks about food.
Raiden, can I ask you something?
Sure. What is it?
Just wondering, why'd you join Maverick in the first place?
Well, Boris and I go way back. Our first time working together was rescuing Sunny. That's Colonel Gerlukovich's granddaughter. He and Boris were good friends back in the USSR.
Right. The Patriots were holding her?
Yeah. I was mainly working with the PLA, but Boris was a huge help. His Russian military connections paid off big time. All his covert op experience, too. He wasn't working pro bono, of course, but he went above and beyond the call. The Patriots were a threat to everyone, not just America. He got that.
And when Paradise Lost disbanded, he formed a new outfit and got them all work.
Most of them, anyway, including me.
Did you ever consider another line of work? Something non-military, I mean?
I'm a cyborg, Courtney. What am I gonna do? Drive an ice cream truck? I can pass as normal from a distance, but up close, anyone can tell it's artificial skin. Good jobs aren't easy to come by these days, even for non-cyborgs, and I've got a family to feed. Besides, I've been fighting my whole life. It's just who I am.
Sorry, I didn't mean to pry.
It's fine, Courtney. No worries.
Hey Luke, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I like Mexican food. I don't often have the pleasure of having it though, because there's not that many places around here where you can get some good ones.
So, Courtney, you've heard my story. What about you? How'd you end up at Maverick?
Me? Well, it's funny. I was a business major, actually. Thought I'd go for an MBA. When I was in school, there was a lot of talk about the widening gap between rich and poor. I figured I'd join the 1% and never have to worry about money again. Pretty noble, huh? Anyway, around then you started hearing all about this war economy stuff on the news. I was, I don't know, disgusted, I guess. Disillusioned for sure.
And that changed your mind?
It wasn't just the war stuff that bothered me. It's everything it represented. How so much of what the first world enjoys comes at the expense of third world people. The more I researched, the more I realized how bad things are. Underreported, too. After that, money wasn't such a priority anymore. I know how trite that sounds, but it's true. I wasn't naive, though. I knew living in some hippie commune or going Amish wouldn't change anything. So I started looking for a career where I felt I might actually have an impact.
You didn't worry about working at a PMC? Becoming part of the problem?
Well, I wasn't going to sign up with just anybody. But not all PMCs are bad, you know? Some of them, sure. They'll do anything for a buck, no questions asked. That's why someone has to stand up to them. Protect the innocent from those guys.
That's us in a nutshell. So you did your homework and found Maverick.
Honestly, it was more dumb luck than anything else. I had a friend who knew I was interested in this kind of work who was also friends with Kevin. They introduced us, we set up a meeting, and here I am.
That's right. I always forget you and Kev went to the same school. Huh. Definitely not your typical path to joining a PMC, that's for sure.
I really am here to fix the world. I know it's a cliche, but there it is.
Well, I for one am glad to hear it.
Hey Light, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by, it's good to see you. It's nice hearing the background story of some of these characters and how they kind of ended up here.
So how's it been since you joined Maverick, Courtney? About what you expected?
Not even close. I had no idea what I was signing up for. You deal in a lot of expensive weapons and equipment that can save people's lives. But at the same time, you can't just ignore the bottom line. You catch yourself measuring lives in dollars and cents.
Yeah. The business side can get pretty messy.
Messy is right. But I won't just ignore it. I can't make informed decisions without confronting the ugly realities.
Not an easy burden to bear, Courtney.
Well, if it ever gets to be too much, I'll reconsider. But for now, I'm fine. I can handle it.
Yeah, we're doing well today. We're going through these codec conversations before we start their actual mission and fighting.
What's up? No? Did you...
No, just one.
Remember now, Raiden. Left hands. Recover as many as you can.
I got it, Doc. I got it. I'll bring back all the flash memory you can handle.
Holographic memory. It's very different from standard semiconductor memory, you know.
Yeah. But it's still solid-state storage, right?
Well, yes, but they are perhaps more different than they are similar. Holographic memory utilizes the same optical interference that holograms rely upon.
Right. that images used to appear 3D.
Traditional media reads and writes bits on a two-dimensional surface in linear fashion. Holographic memory, however, does this in 3 dimensions, using light at different angles.
And that gives you what?
Speed. It can read over a gigabit of data in a second. And capacity. A 2-inch square cube of lithium niobate crystal can store 4 terabytes of data. It is also highly resilient against data loss caused by damage to any part of its media. This is because the bit information is not localized, but used as an optical diffractor across the medium. For battle data, there is no better type of storage.
Beats having a hard drive clacking away inside your arm anyway.
Indeed. Spinning media. Hard to imagine we ever put up with such nonsense.
That's interesting.
So, Doc, what kind of data can you extract from those left hands anyway?
Oh, all manner of information. But the short list? Energy consumption, damage level, intracranial and blood pressure, blood sugar, other vitals, GPS history, speed and acceleration data, radio and optical readings, recorded computations from the internal expert battle support system.
Doc.
Time-stamped readings of distortion and acceleration gauges whenever the body was impacted. Stress is applied to the CNT muscle fibers in all 4 limbs, as well as any localized breakdowns.
All right, Doc.
Power consumption rates, remaining
Keeps
battery
going.
charge, type and amount of weaponry used, codec logs and wavelengths, voice transcripts, encryption methods.
Okay, Doc, okay. Sorry I asked.
As a field of technology, cyborg warfare is still in its infancy, you know. It is my duty as an engineer to collect and analyze as much data as possible for every conceivable situation. The resulting database will help drive future technology, both modifications and advances.
Makes sense. But why the left hand? Why store it all there?
Accessibility. A unit can remove it with its own right hand, or it can be recovered if the unit is damaged. I would advise you not to remove your own holographic storage, however, unless absolutely necessary. To facilitate recording of everything you see, hear, and so on, it is tied directly to your cranial nerves. So, each time the storage is connected or disconnected, your hippocampus is stimulated. This can result in memory loss, flashbacks, and all manner of unpleasant effects.
Yeah, I have some experience with that. It's a little more than unpleasant.
I love the fact that Doctor is just so passionate about this research. Like, it's not just like, oh, he's doing this for the job. It's like he actually wants to learn this and further the field and help improve things and help ride it. And just in real life, hearing people talk about their passions and like learning and using that knowledge for like a better cause that goes beyond just like a paycheck is something I really admire in people. And it's something that I also try to strive for myself.
Perhaps we could chit-chat later, Raiden. I'd hate to occupy too much of your time.
Oh, good. He doesn't have too many conversations this time. Okay, let's talk to the best boy.
Wolf? You're a one-of-a-kind prototype, right?
Correct. I was originally conceived as a weapon to replace humans and cyborgs. Conversation and intelligent decision-making were deemed essential to the role. The project was eventually cancelled after 3 years in development.
Why?
I have intelligence, but I lack a specific quality essential to any combatant.
What's that?
Brutality. I am not human, thus I lack the brutality inherent to humanity. I was shut down, then revived, apparently on Sundowner's orders.
Sundowner? But what's he want with you?
Unknown. A manifestation of his sense of humor, perhaps. As a machine, I am more sensitive to my fellow man than an actual fellow man. This amused him.
Guy has an odd sense of humor.
That's kind of interesting, actually.
So, you were under Mistral's command all this time?
I originally took orders from Sundowner, but not for long. As a novelty, I did not last. Mistral saw more potential in me.
What'd she see?
Unknown. However, she apparently enjoys the company of dogs. She demanded 100% obedience. As long as it was given, she treated me well.
She was looking for companionship?
That I cannot say. I still have relatively little communication experience with humans. My ability to read emotions not explicitly expressed by speech is lacking.
Why does he look like a Digimon? He kind of does if you just look at his headshot. He kind of looks like a cross between like Cyberdramon and Raydramon? I think that's the right name. I used to be a big Digimon fan when I was a kid.
Wolf? You're one of a kind.
Okay, this is the same.
What's
Okay, good, we're finished.
I was
Sunday? What's...
Let's save and then we can finally fight. This chapter is shorter, so there should be less codex
save complete.
as well.
Don't let your guard down, okay?
I'll try not to miss any collectibles while we're at it. I like how the camera seems to drift down. Like, I keep trying to turn it up a little bit, like this, and then as I run, it tilts this way. I can scan. Give me something to fight. Hello, Gorilla Man.
Better take out that UG quick. You want to attract too much attention down there.
He almost grabbed me. Oh, ow. Let go of me! This camera keeps moving without my consent. Oh. He was a little trickier to parry than the other guys. More of them over there.
I see a maintenance catwalk. Use it to conceal yourself if necessary.
Can I stealth kill him? That's so cool. I like a Yoshimitsu'd him. How do I get back up? Oh, crates. Is he gonna come back over here? I don't know if he's looking upwards as well. I'll stay over here just to be safe. Oh, thanks for calling Crippy. Thank you.
The riding I know.
I don't want to go the right way just yet. Oh, I think this is just if you want to be stealthy this way. You can be stealthy this way. Oh, hi. Oh, come on, right in. You can get up there. Okay, there's nothing over here.
Right. There is a boy in these sewers.
Look, it's a tripod. Hello. How do I attack you up there? I don't want to use up my range stuff. Get off me! Oh, okay, you're already dead. I forgot that these aren't just regular grenades, they're EM grenades, so yesterday on stream when I couldn't save that second hostage, I probably should have used a grenade to disable the cyborgs. Hey Fate, welcome to the stream, thanks for stopping by. Look at all those tripods up there, come on. Come fight me. I love how they just scream and go flying. I'll take that, thank you. Fight me. Take that. I forgot about that line. I love how these things are piloted by tripods, it's so funny. Oh, my camera does not like that. See, I try to move farther away to spread them out, but the game's camera's like, nope. Oh, hi. far. Oh, hi. Oh, I didn't realize they're still EMPing me. Not very clean, but that's okay.
¿Estás bien?
What you say?
Oh.
Me a Guyanese from Guyana. You speak English?
Yeah, I'm from America. Call me Raiden.
Me name George, like Georgetown.
George.
And just like all damn America president.
Yeah. So what are you doing here?
Me? What the rest of you do here? You lose the map of Ninja hideout, Ninja man?
No, I'm looking for bad guys.
Ah, damn skunter research lab.
You know about it?
Me know me now go back. Hey, you're not one of them skunt, nah? Nah, I guess you're alright. If you're a cyborg, you know who they is?
Sort of. What happened to you?
Oh, me been live on the street, rake and scrape for a bob, nah? Then this Kootenai dressed like the mafia say, hey boy, you want a job? What the worst gonna happen, nah? But that mother scunt don't put me on a ras boat. They pack us all a big old dirty container. Next thing we know, we're here at the zombie lab.
All kids? Like you?
Yeah, a lot of boy. But then me been over here what them skunt wanna do. Snuff us out. And got all the organ.
So you ran.
Uh-huh. Is she me not a bad-ass robot ninja man, same as you? Ha! Me been strongest cyborg ever. Warlock all them phantoms in black clothes that eye pass me.
Starting to sound like a bad guy yourself.
Just playing, nah? Me done plenty bad thing. But me not kill no man. Nah, never.
Good.
We tried to warn the boy. I say, IOD's brain would get cut out. Run your ass out of there. But them boy with me no understand. They like Spanish or something. So me the only one for escape. Then that machine come after me and...
And I know the rest. George, I need every detail about how you escaped.
Oh.
So the kid got into the sewers through a drainage channel?
Yeah, he says the channel is super tight, but there's some kind of shutter next to it.
Got it. That must be where they dumped the waste.
There's something else. It sounds like a Desperado exec was on site yesterday. If a Sentry Cyborg was on hand for the meeting.
You should be able to review their video log, provided you can find a server access terminal. That would give us the evidence we need, as well as a little peek at the level of their technology.
So what about the kid?
I made sure the area was secure and told him to sit tight. Can you pick him up?
Sure. I'll send a couple agents for him. You just focus on getting into that lab. If what he said is true about the organs, we need to hurry.
Agreed. Riding out.
I like seeing Raiden being good with kids. Okay, it's time for our codec review.
Boris, we've got kids being held inside this lab. I'm getting them out of there.
Copy that. I will discuss with NGO what to do with them afterward.
What are you thinking?
Well, this is difficult. I imagine these are homeless children, taken from streets. Likely they have no home to return to, but we cannot dump them back on streets. We could look for adoptions in US, but some of these kids may be criminals. Could be drug addicts, HIV positive. Not so easy to find homes.
Yeah, wasn't easy for me either. The guys at the relief center were always worried I'd cause problems for my foster family.
The alternative is putting them in an institution until they grow up. But this has issues as well. Most are already past capacity. Taking on this many street kids at one time would be impossible. Also, it's a matter of fairness. Is it fair to take in these kids here when millions more are dying? I imagine this is why rescue was not part of our contracted mission. The human rights NGOs, they know they can't rescue them all. They must take a wide view and confront the problem of traffickers, not their victims.
Well, we can't just sit here and let them pull kids to pieces.
Duh. On this, we agree. For now, rescue the children. We'll worry about the fallout later.
Copy that.
See, I like that they actually address a lot of these things too. Like, it's not as easy as just saying, oh, we're gonna save them all and put them into homes. Like, it's a lot more complicated than that, despite what people want.
Raiden, I said earlier this is an infiltration mission. But if it comes to combat when rescuing the children, so be it. If enemy cyborgs attack, you are free to respond with all available force.
I figured.
Attacking first, that would be a gray area, legally speaking. But I doubt anyone would take us to court over it.
Yeah, I doubt it too.
Just keep your hands off all non-combatants. That would violate international law, not to mention morals of company.
I hear you.
Raiden, I said if attack, but
Yeah.
just that would...
That kid said he's from Guyana. That's on the Caribbean side of South America, right? Know anything about it?
A little, though I'm more of an expert on Africa than the Americas. To be exact, Guyana's sandwiched between Venezuela and Suriname, with Brazil on its southern border. Of course, the Venezuelan border is sheer rainforest. There aren't even any roads through it. You have to cross the Guyana Shield to get to Brazil, too.
So it's pretty isolated from the rest of the continent.
Most inland connections run through Suriname, opposite of Venezuela. Beyond Suriname is French Guyana. The three countries are referred to as the Guyanas, and the entire region's got its own unique culture sphere.
The Guyanas? I've heard the name, but I don't really know it at all.
Same here. I do know the region's a lot smaller than Brazil, or even Venezuela for that matter. As you know, most South American countries have Spanish as their official language. Brazil uses Portuguese. Guyana, though, uses English. Suriname uses Dutch, and French Guyana uses French, naturally.
A kind of divide-and-conquer approach to colonialism, huh?
Yeah. They're all independent now except French Guyana, though. Sort of like what you see in Africa. I did some research after you met George. Culturally, at least, Guyana's more Caribbean than South American.
Yeah? He looked a little Asian to me.
There's a lot of immigrants from India living there. They were both British colonies, after all. It's a lot more influence from the UK than India, though. I mean, look at George's name, after all.
An English-speaking South American of Indian background.
Everything good over there, Raiden? You, don't seem like you're in much of a hurry.
Give me some time. I've got a lot of intel to gather. Speaking of which, I'd better get going. Riding out.
Yeah, I'm not in a hurry, because you guys have so much to say. Okay, riding out. Wait a second.
Those brains are from the street kids they picked up in Central and South America, right? Abducted by traffickers and sold to Desperado.
Right. And now it looks like they're selling off their organs.
That part of the world's full of homeless kids.
True. Though really just about every nation's full of them. Except the richest ones, that is. You see a lot of them across the African and Asian continents, too. Estimates put the worldwide number of homeless children at anywhere from tens to hundreds of millions.
Kind of a broad range. I guess it's hard to do solid research in the kinds of places where you'd find them.
True enough. The way the Human Rights NGO put it, though, it's hard to define what a street child is. There's lots of different types. Some are on the street because they ran away from home, but really they can return any time. Some work on the street but go home at night. And some kids literally live on the street with no family.
Go home at night? Those kids still count as street children?
Well, the point is that there's no set definition. Everyone involved has their own take on the issue. Without a clear definition, estimates inevitably end up all over the map.
Makes sense.
If you're going to talk about street kids, though, I think you need to differentiate. There are the kids who live on the street and the ones that just work it. Little things can make a huge difference if you've got a home and a family to fall back on. Even if you're just running a fruit stand or shoe shine operation. Kind of presumptuous for me to say which is better, I guess, but you can't just ignore that aspect.
Yeah. It's hard to imagine how helpless you feel when you've got no one to fall back on.
Yeah. Opinions similarly divided on the child labor issue, too. Some say all underage labor should be banned. Others think the decision should be left up to the family. I mean, sure, kids shouldn't be exploited or pressed into military service. If nothing else, the right to an education's got to be protected. But should a kid be banned from helping out at his dad's store? What if a family's so desperate that it would starve without the money their children bring in?
Yeah, it's definitely not cut and dry.
See, again, I love a lot of the conversations in this game because they highlight a lot of these issues in the world that are, again, not just a black or white. It's like a gray in between. And I feel like nowadays people have trouble having that critical lens to really look at something from a gray standpoint.
Miss Trawl mentioned someone from her past. Any idea who that...
Okay,
No,
this is...
No, maybe
If
that...
Yeah, but they're probably...
I can't believe what they're doing in there. Guess I shouldn't be so surprised, huh?
Guess not.
Are you gonna help them?
No other choice.
I'll try to help look for someplace that might take them in.
Thanks.
Least I can do. Did you want to save your data?
I love how we have to end every conversation with, wait, by the way, you want to save with Courtney? Thanks for calling Kirby.
Save complete. Don't let your guard down, okay? By the way, I didn't know you spoke Spanish.
I've got the U.S. Army to thank for that. I was in a group called Foxhound, although it doesn't exist on paper. We were isolated from the other soldiers. Day after day of VR training.
I heard about that.
It's not like it was all VR, though. Special Forces guys need advanced physical and communication skills. I had to do all the basic training and language schoolwork, too. We even trained in the Afghan village set up at Fort Polk.
The Afghan village?
They built a mock urban area on a base in Louisiana for training purposes. It was a hell of a lot more realistic than the VR training we had back then. Nothing compared to cyborg training, though. Having it jacked right in like that.
They say it's so realistic now you can feel your blade cutting through flesh.
You know much about Guyana, Courtney?
Not really. I know the name, but don't ask me anything about what it's like.
You mean you haven't even tried the food?
Nope. No research trips this time. Besides, who knew we'd be running into any Guyanese here? I'm looking now, though. Looks like a lot of their diet is seafood. It's a small coastal nation, so it's probably easy to get fresh fish across the whole country. A lot of their dishes use Indian spices. That's where a lot of their immigrants come from.
Fish with curry, huh? Sounds tasty. But maybe you could finish reading all about the food there after the mission.
Huh? Oh, it just, came up while I was reading up on Guyana in general.
Right. Well, let me know if you find anything actually useful.
It just popped up in the search results, I swear.
I knew we'd have a conversation with Courtney about the food. I like how Ryan's like, so what's the food like over there? Yeah, of course you would tell me about the food instead of useful information. Ryan, you asked for it.
What's up? No? Did you need...
No, just wanted...
Oh.
Very well done, Raiden.
Oh, thanks, I guess.
That raptor may have been smaller than an Irving, but its potential is simply remarkable. Defeating it is a fine demonstration of your body's abilities. I'm quite happy to see it working so well.
Well, thanks, Doc. I'm quite happy I'm not dead, too.
How did it feel to fight it?
Well, an Irving has more strength and firepower. But this guy was a lot harder to keep a beat on. Not that big of a deal, but you definitely don't want to let your guard down around one.
Indeed. A combination Irving and tripod force would be a formidable foe in any urban warfare scenario. The only problem is cost. A PMC would have to be well funded indeed to even think about acquiring the necessary numbers to make it work. There are situations where an Irving may be overkill, but tripods cannot provide the necessary force.
So the Raptor was built to fill that gap?
Indeed. Its basic design is a streamlined, more compact version of the Irving. Furthermore, it uses the same control system as the tripods, which helps keep costs low. It can use standard personnel weaponry as is, and its armor has been componentized. That is to say, the user can expand its defensive capability as needed. It's fit for standard military operations, anti-terror missions, even regular patrol and police duty. A most admirable jack of all trades. Adorable too, wouldn't you say?
Not the first word that comes to mind.
Ah, yes. My apologies. I can't help but marvel at a well-made machine when I see one. There's no need to be jealous, though. Your body is still quite impressive as well.
Yeah, thanks, Doc.
How is Wolf faring?
Hard to say just yet. Seems like he's doing okay.
Good, good. I'm so pleased my repairs were effective.
He seems happy enough, but I don't know. Can a machine really be happy? Maybe he's just being directed by his programming to behave that way.
And what is wrong with that? If something you do for someone else is appreciated, it makes you happy. It's a perfectly normal reaction, one that applies whether you're man or machine, and whether or not you have intelligence.
I guess so.
When you watch a film, does it not make you happy when good things happen to the heroes in the end?
I'm not seeing the connection.
Well, those heroes are not really happy. They're just following a script written by someone else. The actors have human intelligence, but the characters themselves do not. It is a facade, an imitation, and yet we still feel an emotional connection. It does not matter that it is make-believe. Now, I certainly don't know whether the AI you encountered in the past was neural or not, but Wolf most certainly is. And with a neuro AI, it is not so simple as working off a set computer program. You can define intelligence however you like, but personally, I see no reason not to say Wolf has it. It possesses a neuro AI structurally similar to the human brain. It has learned enough of the world around it to be capable of human speech. Truly, an astounding artificial intelligence is at work here. One, I suspect, could make for substantial business opportunities given the chance. Think of the possibilities, Raiden. What do you think a truly intelligent AI could do for the world?
I'll let you know if I think of anything. Riding out.
See, I like all these like philosophical conversations he has with Doctor about like machines and stuff. It's quite fascinating, and the analogies they use. Hey Wesley, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by.
You know, Doc, if you're such a big believer in cyborgs, why haven't you made the jump yourself?
An excellent question. There is one very good reason for this.
And that is? Wait. Is there some problem with the tech you didn't tell me about?
No problem with the technology. The issue is I would be required to be separated from my original body before I could be transferred.
And? So what?
Well, then there's no way for me to oversee installation into my new body.
You could have someone else do it?
Ha! Amateure! Hacks! I would not trust the average cybernetic surgeon to repair my toaster oven. I possess one of the world's foremost minds on this field, Raiden. This is not a boast, it is a fact. Entrusting that to someone less talented... Imagine a great architect asking an infant to build his new home.
No offense, but I mean you're just assembling some...
Raiden. Raiden, this is not like putting together your bookshelf. It is quite literally brain surgery. More than that, in fact. There is an art to doing it correctly.
All right, Doc, all right. I hear you.
I suppose I should not expect you to understand. Regardless, I am in fine health for now. Perhaps by the time my body begins to decline, there will be others that might be trusted with the duty. But which body to choose? Perhaps a young female frame to surprise all my colleagues.
To surprise your colleagues, right.
Oh, Doctor, you're so silly sometimes.
How is Wolf faring?
Hard to...
Good.
Maybe...
And what? It's a...
I get...
When you were... well, and yet... now I... But... And was...
I kind of wish that...
Truly, one thing...
I'll let...
They didn't... Kind of like in the last episode, where when they run out of dialogue, they just give you like the quick, like, one-sentence conversation. Instead, they just repeat the other one, and it takes forever to skip through it.
Let me ask you something. What do you think you're doing here? I mean, why are you working with me?
Because I choose to. I owe a debt, and I wish to repay it.
A debt, huh? How human of you.
I contest that statement. Many humans possess little or no sense of obligation at all. And many are entirely willing to trample their fellow man for personal gain.
I know. But is that it? I mean, you're willing to follow me, put yourself at risk just because of that? What do you think of what I'm doing here, for example?
A delicate question. I do find it difficult to rationalize your mission to rescue the children. If you wish to save children in need, there are hundreds of millions of others equally in need.
Thanks for the support.
However, we must still uncover the full extent of Desperado's activities. And as such, it is meaningless to debate best practices without sufficient information.
All right then. No more questions, Your Honor. Let me ask you something. What do you think? I mean, what do you
if you, however, and
I love how he's like, no more questions here, and then immediately asks the same question again. Because I clicked it. Okay. Yeah, it does seem like there's less codex than last time, which is good. Okay, that's the way I need to go. I saw an item over here. Hey Mikleo, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it'd be really nice if it was just like an unread button or an indicator that tells you whether there's new conversations or not. It would be kind of a nice quality of life.
Heavy UG activity ahead. It is possible they are conducting test operations while the lab is closed.
They're not going to make it easy to get into that lab. Is there some way you could sneak past?
Hello.
It's a box. How's that gonna help? Oh, it's for medical supplies. That could work, actually.
Oh, they want me to actually sneak around in the box, huh? Kinda wanna just go in guns blazing. Oh, it's more of the gorilla men. Okay, he's below me. I get a good... Hi. Okay, they're up there. I could try to stealth them somehow, but... I mean, I guess I could hide in the box. Kinda hoping that they jump back onto ground floor, though. Oh, hi. Oh, maybe not next to me, though. I can't stealth them from down here. Can I stealth them from here? Oh, nope. They don't stealth that way. I don't get grabbed. How you like having no arm, huh? Oh, he drop kicked me. How do you like having no legs, huh?
We intercepted call for backup during your last fight. The caller's position is on your Soliton radar. You can engage if you wish. It is your choice.
Might as well get that extra stuff. Anything up here? Aha! Might be easier to get there from here. I don't think I can jump there. Oh yeah, I can. Close enough. Do I want to go? Okay. Let's just go do this first. Oh, this is the way I came from. Got it.
You're under attack!
Oh, hi. Oh, you're new.
Keep on coming!
Well, hi, little guys. Ah! Get off me! No, I was about to do my finisher! Stupid tripods. Now it's just you and me.
Good, Raiden. Very good.
No, I want to do my cool finishing attack on him. Darn it. Lost my chance to be cool. I thought that was one of the collectible cardboard boxes.
Raiden, I have determined the approximate location of the lab based on the boy's information. It is marked on your Soliton radar.
Why? Oh, I could have stealthed him. I didn't know I could stealth that thing. Very efficient. Well, hi. Wait, I could have stealthed him too. Dang it. I'm too gung-ho. Look, give it to me. Thank you. Do I have a big backlog? Backlog of what? Games? I have a ton of games. I have so many games I want to stream. Yeah, I pretty much stream all my games. The ones I don't are like gacha games like Grand Blue or live service games like Marvel Rivals. Pretty much everything with a story I play on stream. 'Cause I like archiving it. Or if I don't play it on stream, then what I do is I'll record it and then I'll put it on YouTube. Wait, there's a hidden room there. Found one of the cardboard box men. Yeah, it's because I started content creation as a YouTuber, and then moved on to streaming. So my intention from the beginning is to.
I discovered the entrance to the lab, sending coordinates to your Soliton radar.
My intention from the very beginning was to do Let's Plays. That's why I mostly just play story games. Doing it live on streaming is just kind of an added fun bonus. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Fantastic Four and Marvel Rivals. I'm kind of only interested in maybe playing Human Torch, but I never get the chance to play a duelist. Every time I play with other people, I always end up having to be a Vanguard or a strategist because no one wants to heal or tank. I'm kind of looking forward to Ultron. I kind of hope he's kind of interesting to play as a strategist. The thing is, like, I see a lot of people that are very passionate about playing healers in that game, but whenever I queue up with random people by myself, those are not those people. Whenever I go in with random people, they all just pick duelists. I had a game the other day where I was one healer, I was the only healer, and I'm not that great at healing, and everyone else was a duelist. It went awful, as you can expect. I had another game where everyone was a duelist, and I switched to Vanguard, and no one switched to a healer for the whole game. It was also not very good. But that's what you get when you play solo queue. Plus, it's kind of nice that the game doesn't like force you into roles, but at the same time, it's like a double-edged sword. I'm not trying to play it competitively, so whatever. It's just for fun. You went healer for ranked the first time and it was awful? Oh, my condolences. It was very toxic. Oh, that's unfortunate to hear. Kind of figured as much though. Yeah, exactly. That's why I turned off voice chat. I don't need to hear people getting angry and toxic. How do people deal with that every day? That's just some people's thing, I guess. I don't like it, but some people like that competitive, toxic stuff. Like, it kind of, you know, the fun overrides the toxicity. Or unless they are also toxic, but whatever. Good thing Splatoon doesn't have text or voice chat. That has to be an intentional decision. All the little kiddies on Splatoon yelling at each other.
Ah, this would appear to be the UG maintenance area. You should find a terminal there. Something they use to upload mission parameters to the UGs.
And something I can use to access the lab's main server?
Perhaps. But first you need to take a dump.
Wait, what?
A dump? A digital optical output mounted proxy. You'll need one to interface with the terminal. Most any UG should suffice. A tripod or the like.
I'll see what I can come up with. How do I use it?
Simply connect to it. You should be able to use your communications outlay to control the proxy UG.
Alright, let's give it a shot.
Okay, it's time to take a dump. You like playing healer because when people like your healing, you get commended for it. That's fair. Whenever I do a good job healing, I feel like no one ever cares. I had this game the other day where I was playing as Jeff, and there was this one Star-Lord that kept running up and like nearly dying every time to get his kills. And every time I tried to heal him, he'd like fly behind a wall or something like that, so I couldn't heal him. And then at the end, he got MVP because he got a bunch of kills because he was overextended and because I was healing him. And then everyone gave him commendations and was like, in the chat, they were like, "Oh, what a great Star-Lord." I'm like, I made him. He could not have done any of that without me. He was not very easy to heal. That unappreciated healer life, you know? Like, I was reading someone made a tweet, and it was like, if you ever play Marvel Rivals with people, and other people go as a Vanguard or a healer, or you see them start as a duelist, and then switch to a Vanguard or healer, you better commend them, because it means they probably dropped their favorite class just so you could play your favorite class. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Like, I was playing this game the other day with, I can't remember who I was playing with. I think it was Euro or Kieran. And there was this Hawkeye, and we had like one healer in the group. I think it was me. I think I was healing. And then the Hawkeye was like, "We need another healer. Guys, someone switch to healer. Hey, someone needs to switch to healer. We need another healer." And it's like, you could switch to a healer, you know? You could. Instead of complaining. But, you know, that's asking too much of people. I could still kill one of these guys, but then I have to fight the other ones.
Right. I thought you said stealth ops were your special.
Well, I have to fight those things too. Well, that's fine. I want to fight more things. I spent too much time listening to codex. I love how he kicks him in the face and then pulls out the tripod. That's so cool. That was worth not being stealthy.
Raiden, if they continue to increase security, they may shut out all outside network connections. Please do your best to avoid being seen.
Aw, Doctor, but it's fun. There's an item over here. Oh. Hey, Medi, welcome to the stream. So creepy. Those are all just brains. Oh, hi. Hey, you ruined my combo. You gonna take responsibility for that? Watching this makes you kind of want to go back to the game. It's a pretty fun game.
For now, yeah. But that room, those were cyborg brain casings.
Duh, we saw.
George said they were harvesting organs from kids.
Yes, this must be why they are trafficking children. Perhaps other organs are being sold elsewhere, but they are definitely taking the brains.
Jesus, are they making these kids into cyborgs?
Wait, the cyborgs you've been fighting, did they seem like they might be kids? You said earlier that child soldiers have a telltale approach to combat.
Yeah, but I didn't see it here. Those weren't kids.
So, what? Desperado's just doing the surgeries there?
We've got to do something about all those brains. And the other kids George was talking about. He just escaped a few hours ago. They couldn't have taken all their brains out that fast.
True. There could still be a bunch of kids they haven't touched yet.
I better move.
Honestly, though, that would be such a good, like fridge horror. Like, the realization that all the cyborgs we've been fighting this chapter are just, like, children. I love fridge horror. The type of horror where it's like, the realization hits you and then suddenly you're like, oh god, what have I been doing? It's really hard to write, though. There's the doom. Let's do our codex first.
I'm worried about the kids they haven't got to yet. But what about those brain units? They're just brains, but they're still alive. I won't just abandon them.
Duh. I will discuss with Doctor. There must be artificial bodies they can use, not like the combat type you have. Maintenance must be considered, of course. But with today's technology, they can at least live comfortably enough as cyborgs.
Yeah, maybe. Physically, anyway. Society may say otherwise.
Yes, but we will worry about such problems after they are rescued. For now, though, let us concentrate on the intact children first.
You got it.
Right. I said earlier, if any attack, but just that would...
Man, I couldn't have imagined anyone would cut the brains out of kids.
What are they even doing this for? Why make them into cyborgs?
I don't know. They say child soldiers are both bolder and more obedient than adults, but...
They are. On both counts. But the surgeries alone would cost a fortune. Not to mention all the training.
Yeah, I don't get it either. For now, you just look for the kids they haven't operated on yet. We come in too late on this, and things are gonna get a whole lot messier.
You were talking earlier about runaways. Kids who could go back home if they wanted.
Right. A lot of times they're fleeing problems at home. For a kid like that, life on the street's dangerous, sure, but maybe better than the abuse they got at home. They can go home if they feel like it, but they choose not to.
That's a whole other level of tragedy.
It's a pretty common case in Latin America, as opposed to Africa, where you've got a lot of war orphans. Kids like those sometimes get victimized by the people around them, even killed. Sometimes by the cops. That's what happened in Brazil in 1993. The Candelaria massacre. 8 kids were killed.
How could families abuse their own kids? What's the trigger?
I was wondering that too. I did some reading up on it. A lot of times the mother remarries, and her husband ends up abusing the kids she brought along. It's actually a pretty common story in first world countries too. The mother's too scared to do anything. She just wants her new man to love her. A lot of the abusers are addicted to drugs or alcohol too, leading to neglect. If their parents can't be bothered to feed them, kids are forced to hit the streets for food and money.
And these are the kids desperados rounding up? Kinda makes you ashamed to be a human being.
Yeah, it's definitely evil, all right.
But even if we got them out, it's not like they've got happy homes to return to, right?
Exactly. Most of them, well, a lot of them don't make it to see adulthood. Or they join gangs, end up exploiting the next generation. It's a vicious cycle.
Our only option's to follow the money trail. Find out who's profiting from all this, and put them out of business permanently.
Yeah. Guess that starts now, huh?
Like, that's some really sad and realistic stuff.
Man, I couldn't have imagined...
What are they?
I don't...
But the...
Yeah, for now, we come in...
I can't believe they're extracting children's brains. Can't we do anything?
I don't know. That's something I need to discuss with Doc. For now, I gotta worry about the kids they haven't operated on yet. As long as they're held hostage, no way am I gonna be able to get the brains out of here.
Yeah, you better hurry. Oh, but maybe you should save first.
Oh, but you should save your game. Well, thank you, Courtney.
Save complete. Be careful, Raiden. What's up? No? Did you need...
No, just one. What do you know about these brain units, Doc?
It is a type of canister conceived to transport a cyborg's brain in a physiologically secure state. It's designed for quick, lower-risk implantation. Each one is equipped with a rudimentary environmental control system. So long as power is uninterrupted, the unit can protect the brain from temperature changes and other fluctuations in the local environment. I would imagine they regulate the brain supply of oxygen and glucose as well.
That's what I thought. I've seen these before, but I didn't think there were that many of them out there.
Oh, manufacturing's exploded alongside the rise of cyborgs, though they're still made by only one company. The chassis also functions as an impact liner, absorbing impact and preventing organic damage. It's durable against impacts up to 700 G, which would be enough to permanently damage an unprotected brain.
Sounds like military spec stuff.
Well, it would certainly be expected to withstand gunshots or explosions. But the liner is primarily intended to keep the brain safe in the event of an accident during transport. These canisters are quite functional overall and clearly designed for mass production. Costs, you know. However, human brains come in many sizes. Thus, the unit is on the larger side to compensate for a wide range. This unit cannot be used if, as in your case, the subject wishes to retain his original human visage. The brain must instead be transplanted directly into a precision-fitted skull casing. Such customization, of course, does not come cheap, and does nothing to enhance the cyborg's battle skills. It's an option beyond the reach of most. You've surely noticed your cyborg opponents tend to resemble each other. That is part of the reason.
So they're extracting the brains here, then transporting them somewhere else in these things.
Into the US, most likely. Brains alone, after all, would not violate the UN Arms Trade Treaty. I imagine these are intended for implant into bodies manufactured in America.
This is crazy.
Have you located any tripods, Raiden?
None around here.
They may be clustered near a single spot. A maintenance area, perhaps. Have you checked there?
I will now.
I'm literally standing in front of them, Raiden.
Have you located...
None around...
They may...
I will...
You have entered the lab.
Yeah. You're falling behind, Wolf.
My apologies.
It's fine. Just get here as soon as you can.
I have failed in my duties as a scout. There is no excuse. This has never happened to me before.
I said it's fine, Wolf. It's no big deal. Just get here ASAP, okay?
Thank you. I shall redeem myself. I swear that to you.
Okay.
Oh, what a good boy.
So, how much do you know about how Desperados operated?
I was at the lowest possible tier of information disclosure, beneath standard contractors. As it was explained to me, contractors need at least some information divulged to them. I did not. As a machine, I had no contract and no rights. I was kept in the dark. My knowledge is no deeper than what is already generally known throughout the industry.
Couldn't you hack into their network or something? You're an AI.
Perhaps, if I had free access to a computer. Also, hands. Those are necessary to operate a keyboard.
Yeah, but you are a computer.
It is not so simple. There are protocol issues. Neuro-AIs are far closer in structure to the human brain than standard von Neumann architecture computers.
Well, I would have tried anyway. Did you have contact with anyone besides Mistral?
I engaged in tandem field operations with Sam on several occasions. However, he was even more difficult for me to comprehend than Mistral.
I bet.
You're just gonna leave the conversation there?
So you said it took 3 years to learn how to speak, right? Given enough time, could any AI be taught that too?
I cannot assert that. A neuro-AI is only capable of learning new things, not growing and replenishing its own cells. Thus, each neuro-AI is equipped with a predetermined capacity that cannot be altered. My AI contains 90 billion neurons, more than a human being. A normal LQ-84 model possesses only 1.6 billion.
That's a big difference.
Relatively, yes. I doubt any amount of learning period would enable an LQ-84 to speak. It would be similar to attempting to teach a dog how to converse. A combination of appropriate instruction and an ample neuron count are required to accomplish the feat.
So if someone else made a neuro-AI with the same capacity or more...
Other AIs as conversant as I are a possibility, yes. Robotic pets with neuro-AIs are already on the market. And I understand research and development are underway to create a model capable of conversation. Do not be surprised if such a pet becomes available before too long.
If that becomes commonplace, hard to imagine.
Is it? The human race has willingly embraced all of its other inventions so far. Steam engines, electricity, the internet, cyborgs. Perhaps the day will come when conversing with AIs, too, is considered perfectly normal.
Maybe. As normal as being a cyborg is now, at least.
The most significant challenge would be in crafting the appropriate training regimen. The only way to establish an effective learning system is through sheer trial and error. And it will take even more time to virtualize and optimize that system for mass production. One could say my own existence is due in no small part to simple luck. Of course, I was a failure as a weapon as well.
Failure or not, you're better off than an AI that knows nothing but how to fight.
I am pleased to hear you say that.
That's actually a fascinating idea, like an AI pet. Like one that you could converse with. One that could help take care of you. One that would outlive you. That's such a fascinating idea that is both like interesting but also a little scary.
Let me ask you something. What do you think you're doing here? I mean, why are you working with me?
I think we already heard this one before.
Because I owe it.
I know. What do you think?
If you, however, and that.
Hey Ryusuke, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by.
Splendid! It is all ours. Now, use it to locate a data input terminal.
These guys are pretty jumpy now. Any funny business, and they might just open fire.
I like playing as a tripod, it's so silly.
Try latching onto cyborgs' heads from behind. Then, an electric shock should knock them unconscious.
Oh, I can't scan either. There's a few secrets in this area. Let's see if we can knock out all the guards too. I think you get an achievement if you knock them all out. This music kind of sounds like Portal music. I like how this is my attack. Come closer. Guys up on the catwalks. Oh, hi. And then there's other tripods around here, and you can like communicate with them. I think you get an achievement if you find all the other tripods and communicate with them. You get like a... I think the achievement's called Love at First Sight. It's so silly. There's a guy on that catwalk over there. Oh, there's another tripod over there. Turn around, my dude. Oh! I didn't press the button fast enough, I guess. Oh, hi. Is his friend gonna see me? I like how he just kicks me away. Okay. You didn't see anything, sir. I like how he screamed. And no one heard him. Hello, friend. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. How come the other guy kicked me and that didn't cause the alert to go up? And then I get spotted and then the alert goes up. I don't think they would be able to see me from up there. Well, maybe he saw the body. Maybe that's what happened. Now they don't seem to care. They seem to have forgotten. Anyone else on this floor? A friend! that the only guy left? No, there's way more dots on my map. I'll probably have to go up another floor or something, or down. All these convenient barricades. Oh, I think I have to come back as Raiden to get this. Go through there. Am I done in this room? Wait. Ah. I can't use this. It's so goofy. It's so funny. Is there a tripod over there? No.
That terminal is most likely designed to download mission data and such into the UGs. Let's try using it to access the lab server.
Do I have codex when I'm tripod? I do.
I'm worried about the kids. They're
Okay, no.
They're main.
Yeah.
Yeah, for now.
You got.
Just the same stuff. I love that. That he gets the USB upside down.
Raiden, I found something. In one of the Sentry Cyborg's visual logs. Guess who shows up?
Patch it through.
Right away.
Then send us what you do have. You've already commenced the outplanning. The Sears program? Yep. Same one old Georgie boy used on the kids in Liberia. Of course, it's right straight to the brain now. Feels as real as anything else. Your work is astonishing. And your work is late. We need to shit before our cover is blown. We've got some assholes snooping around.
We just do not have the full quantity yet. Each brain has its own unique requirements. It's not like we can just pop them out with an ice cream scoop.
All right. Make your point.
Oh, thank you for understanding.
Say what you have now. I'll destroy any unharvested inventory.
Okay? But have you any idea what they cost?
Last I checked, children weren't exactly rare in this part of the world. Millions of them, in fact. You can get more once we set up a new lab. They lead lives of hunger and pain. We're performing a service here for them and the cities they burden.
But just gathering the donors required a significant investment.
Yes, you'll get the money. Accounting will be in touch.
Gracias. I assure you we will dispose of our inventory the instant we can confirm payment.
Are we done here? I've got a full slate today. Tecumseh is a demanding mistress, and America has suffered long enough.
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Let me see you out.
You see that, Kev? Inmani's killer.
Desperado's chief of operations goes by Sundowner, the Californian wildfire.
The kids.
Think we're too late?
Only one way to find out. George was still alive. Maybe the payment hasn't come through yet.
Maybe. But you heard what he said. They've already started some brains on VR training.
There must be more than just what I found here. What about the VIP in the suit?
I'll find out. Definitely seemed familiar.
Right. I'm going after the kids.
Well, hi, but you were my friend! No, you were my friend! I don't want to kill you! Oh, the red dots on the map were the tripods. He was my friend!
Any idea who the guy in the suit is, Boris?
No. I feel like maybe I have seen him before. But I am not so up-to-date on US news like Kevin.
Isn't that kind of stuff important, given the business you're in? And Maverick's based in Nevada. I know you're only there a few times a year, but still.
This is why I have staff in America. Excellent workers. They run place for me. No questions asked.
That's not really what I'm talking about, Boris.
Right. I said if and but
Yeah.
just that would...
Who's the guy in the suit?
Doc's on it. He's running his face through for a match as we speak. But we only got a glimpse. Hard to pull a full set of features to match a photo with. We're gonna need some more time.
Got it.
He definitely looks familiar. But I have no idea where I would have seen him.
Too bad we can't run a search on your brain.
Sometimes it might be nice. Man, I couldn't have imagined.
What are they? Why?
I don't.
But the...
Yeah, we come.
Know anything about the guy in the suit, Courtney?
Not a clue. Sorry. I feel like I might have seen him somewhere, but...
Yeah. It's a pretty common-looking face.
Doc's analyzing all his facial features right now. He should have something for you soon.
All right. I've got a few things to do here anyway.
Yep. Do you want to save first?
A common-looking face.
Okay, save complete. Don't let your guard down, okay? You okay, Rod? No? Just be...
Land a flurry of strikes against the cyborg, and his brain-machine interface may malfunction. This will take him momentarily offline. The same applies to UGs as well. Strike often enough, and their AIs become unable to keep up with the required real-time processing. Make that happen, and you can enjoy a decisive advantage. Assuming you have sufficient power, you could even enter blade mode and finish the fight right there. No matter how strong their armor, getting knocked offline leaves them completely vulnerable.
Doc, they're VR training those kids' brains.
Indeed, much as one might expect. Simply installing someone in a cyborg body does nothing to enhance their neural acuity. True combat efficacy requires the right knowledge and the right operant conditioning.
Yeah, but this isn't just normal army training. This is the Sears program.
Indeed, the instructor sends data directly into the brain. The experience is almost impossible to discern from real life.
No, Doc. I'm not talking about the VR tech. The training program's completely different.
It is only VR, Raiden. They're not actually hurt.
Well, right. That's because they don't have bodies to get hurt with. But they still feel pain. Without that, it just isn't realistic enough. That, and with this training, you're the one doing the killing. Not just the soldiers, innocent people, POWs, civilians.
I see. So that is what the Sears program is.
Yeah. Look, I gotta move. Out.
That's scary.
Doc, they're
Indeed. True?
Yeah.
Indeed.
No,
it is...
Well, but they stack, not just... Yeah. You ever see the guy in the suit before?
I am sorry. No.
Nothing in your database?
I have no database, Raiden. The symbol grounding capabilities of my Neuro AI allow me to identify faces in only the vaguest of terms. I can judge whether I think I may have seen him before, but I do not have the accuracy of a database.
Well, that's ridiculous. You're an AI.
An AI modeled after the human brain, and thus as flexible and occasionally vague as any humans. Of this man, however, I have no recollection. I do not believe I have encountered him before. Most likely.
Oh, man. Let me ask you something. I mean, what do you think?
If you and
No, and I gotta kill my tripod friends. Oh, the red dots are also these guys. I'll just help myself. So even when they're incapacitated, they're still on the map. Hey, where'd that other tripod go? Oh, here he is. No, my friends, I'm sorry. You don't recognize me? What if I do a handstand and do a little dance? Wait, I didn't leave a body back here. I knocked another guy out, but his body wasn't here. Hey, your body wasn't here either. Who's moving my bodies? Okay, I'm not beating up the dead bodies for fun. I'm just trying to get rid of the red dots off my map. Ooh, endurance upgrade.
Bad news, Raiden. We can't find George.
What?
Maybe the coordinates you sent us were off?
No way. I merged the GPS location of our entry with all my movement data from that point on.
This is bad.
You think they got to him first?
I don't know. I'll have our guys sweep the area.
Thanks. I better keep moving.
Give me that. Give me that. I think there's a boss fight coming. I just want to double check there's no new codex since Courtney phoned me.
Anything on George yet?
Oh yeah.
No. I think maybe they took him away.
Or worse.
Perhaps. Remember what that man said. There was matter of payment, but he doesn't need to wait for anything here. He can kill those prisoners anytime he wants. And as for escapees, they're more easily killed than captured.
Damn it! I knew I should have stayed with him until our guys showed up.
Raiden, the other children are not safe either. That payment may already have been made for all we know. And they know you're there, too. They may decide to simply dispose of children before they escape. You must hurry.
Anything on George?
No,
Or
perhaps he can.
Damn it!
Right, that they may.
Any sign of George?
Not yet, no. Our men have split up to canvass the area. You just worry about the kids in the lab for now.
Understood. Got anything on George?
Not yet. I hope he's okay.
This is my fault. I could have stayed until someone came to pick him up.
Come on. Who knows what would have happened to the other kids in the meantime? Or even now, for that matter.
You're right. They're gonna be in even more danger soon enough. And there's a chance George is still safe. Somewhere.
Yeah. I'm sure he's fine.
I'd better move. Doc, their VR
Indeed. Simply true.
Yeah,
Indeed.
no doubt.
It is.
Well, but they stacked, not just... Yeah.
George is missing.
Yeah. I should have had you stay back and watch him.
I should have been more cautious as well.
Listen, you should head back to the sewer and help out with the search. I'm gonna keep moving.
Understood.
Saw an item back here. Hi.
Ah, the Grad, yes. A Ukrainian UG. Of all the places to run into one, eh? Well, first thing is first. Drive it back and out of your way.
Damn, that thing's packing some heat. Probably goes without saying, but you need to stick to cover as you approach that bad boy.
You won't win this battle from long range, Raiden. You've got to find some way to get in close. And maybe I should save your data, just in case.
Thanks, Courtney. Maybe I should save your data in case you die.
Complete. Be careful, Raiden.
That is a Grad, a UG developed in the Ukraine.
UG? Looks like a standard pillbox to me.
I have seen blueprints for a pillbox able to operate in tandem with infantry forces. I cannot be sure if this is a result, but I do know the Grad is capable of bipedal movement. In pillbox mode, the main cannon is also quite lethal. Approach carefully. Use cover to make your way to it.
Wolf, what's your status?
I am en route to George's last known location. I will handle this assignment. You may return to your mission.
The bastard is blocking the way. Push that thing back.
Come on, Raiden, jump. Go camera, why are you turning around? I don't want to waste an EMP grenade.
Careful, it is whole new battle now.
Ow, stop stunning me. Ow. That's no fair. Stop it. Camera's very weird. Okay. Animation locked. I love how he falls on his butt.
I knew I'd seen that guy before. Stephen Armstrong. As in Colorado Senator Stephen Armstrong. They're already talking about him as a shoo-in for the nomination in 2020. And get this. 2 years ago, a federal grand jury investigated his ties to a certain private...
World Marshal. One of the biggest PMCs out there. I remember.
The biggest, ever since the Big Five split up. Not to mention the single largest investor in military cyborg R&D in the world. Guess that answers the question of who's backing Desperado.
Marshall and Desperado in bed together. Should make for some fun headlines.
Headlines? This is World Marshal and a U.S. Senator we're talking about. there won't be any headlines. Even without the Patriots filter, no major media outlet will investigate allegations like these. It'd be financial and political suicide.
So we just what? Sit back while they keep carving up kids, stand aside while they build an army of cyborgs? You heard them. We shut down one lab, they build another. They're planning something big, Kev. We can't just wait for it to happen. We need to hit them first and hit them hard where it counts.
No, Raiden, no. I know what you're thinking, and just know. Colorado is in America, and America has these things called laws.
Mm-hmm. And law enforcement in Denver was privatized and farmed out to...
Marshall, yes, so what? There are still laws, and it's their headquarters, for Christ's sakes. You'd be heading right into the heart of a raging shitstorm.
I didn't say it would be easy. We'll figure it out once the kids are safe.
Jesus Christ. Kevin out.
Yeah, 2020, man. 2020. Let's see if we have any more conversations.
So World Marshal is backing Desperado,
You don't exactly sound surprised.
I did not catch it on the nose, but I did have a hunch it was this sort of thing.
Well, you're the boss. What do you think? Can we take them on?
What I think no longer matters here. As Kevin says, we have no legal grounds to stop them. And you? What would you have us do? Storm their headquarters? Kill them all? Will that make you feel better?
No, I mean, look, you heard him. They're already in VR training.
Raiden.
The Patriots may be gone, but it hasn't changed shit in the U.S. A handful of elites still get away with whatever the hell they want.
Raiden, calm down. Focus on rescuing the kids first. We will talk about this later.
Yeah. Copy that.
Hey Cookie, welcome to the stream. Thanks for following me, being a froggy friend.
Anything on George yet?
No,
Whoa.
perhaps. He can
Damn it.
Right, that damn it.
What do we know about Armstrong?
Plenty. Texas born and raised, played quarterback at UT. He was slated for the pros, but wound up joining the Navy after graduating. Said he wanted to serve his country instead. After that, moved to Colorado. Served in the state senate before getting elected to federal office. But this can probably wait.
Ah, yeah, you're right. Any sign of Joe?
Not yet. Our men, you just...
World Marshal. I never would have guessed it. I mean, they're huge. They advertise on TV with Hollywood celebs and everything.
Yeah. It builds their brand and influences how the mass media treats them. When a company's got nothing to sell and a huge ad campaign to sell it, that's usually a bad sign.
But... I don't know. I thought they were like us. I guess I thought they actually prided themselves on following international law, keeping people safe. A lot of their guys aren't even contractors. They help militaries with logistics support, that kind of thing. I mean, I went to college with people who have jobs there.
Sorry to hear that. Guess the ad campaign worked on them, huh?
So, what now?
First, we rescue those kids. After that, we talk things over with Boris and everyone else.
Gotcha. Okay, I'd better save your data, huh?
Thanks, Courtney.
All right, save complete. Please be careful, Raiden.
Got anything on...
Not yet.
I could...
Come on, we're even...
You're right, and there's a...
Yeah.
I'd better... That UG, made in the East?
Indeed. The Grad, Russian for hail. It is built by the ally Vishnyovyeki Machine Works Design Bureau in Dnipropetrovsk, Ukraine.
That's not easy to remember. Is it an old Soviet firm?
Indeed. Technically, the UG's name is pronounced Grad, the Ukrainian way. But most in the business pronounce it as Grad, Russian style.
Crazy to think I'd find something like that in Mexico, of all places.
Well, drug cartels have been using Russian and Eastern European weapons for quite a while now, you know. Of course, the Arms Trade Treaty should have made importing something that size rather challenging.
Not for whoever's backing these guys, I guess.
I must admit, I never expected to see my magneto-stricted actuators in action again.
Magneto what?
An actuator that takes advantage of the change in shape when certain materials are magnetized. It was one of my many research subjects back in East Germany.
So you think that research made it to the Ukraine and got picked up by the whatever?
Indeed. This great technology made under the communist ideal being used for something like this. My days of adhering to that sort of dogma are long over, but still, it saddens me to see this.
Don't let it bother you, Doc. You made me too, right? And now your latest creation is gonna take them down.
Indeed. I look forward to the day. So, World Marshal was Desperado's benefactor all along, hmm? No wonder they were able to deploy cyborgs in such numbers against you.
If they'd already started putting those kids through VR training, is it possible I'm actually fighting some of them here?
From the sound of things, the VR program had only just gotten underway. The brain can only process so much stimuli at once. You can speed up VR training for a UG to some extent, but not for a cyborg. I sincerely doubt they could complete a full training program in such a short time.
Yeah. Most of my training in Liberia was on the field. But it took a few months before I was in any way useful in combat.
Indeed. I suppose you'd know more about how child soldiers fight than the rest of us here, Raiden.
Yeah. I guess I'd be able to tell if they were children. Kids do fight differently from adults.
So, no one
If they zip
from the brain.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Desperado's backer has been identified. What will you do now, Raiden? Will you attempt to destroy World Marshal?
Kevin's right. It's not that simple.
Both a direct attack and a legal approach present problems. Either course will likely lead to additional conflict.
We can figure it out later. For now, we're getting those kids out.
That remains your intent? I cannot fully agree with that course of action, but I will support your decision. I will continue to scout ahead.
Wolf, what's your status?
I am on. I will.
I love how it zooms in and he just presses one button on the thing to open it up. Oh, I see you. You guys are aiming your weapons at me, huh? Hello.
Enemy sighted!
The fact that he has to, like, pull out their electrolyte source, which looks like a spine, and then crush it in his hand to break it and get all the juices and absorb it is just so badass. Yeah, they're like, get him, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. Come at me, guys, whatever. Had to press the button. Oop.
Ah, an artificial blood cryopreserver. They must have begun preparatory freezing.
What do you mean?
That device is filled with synthetic blood plasma. It can slow the metabolism of a harvested organ, circulating this plasma to sustain oxygen levels. You can preserve an arm, a brain, any body part for several hours.
So what are they freezing, and why?
I could not say. Perhaps they plan to sell off the organs of the children they were told to dispose of.
Unbelievable.
You had best hurry, Raiden.
Right.
You guys keep telling me to hurry, but I bet you have more things to yap about.
So, no one.
If
Oh,
they
maybe
zip-
not.
From the brain, I see.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah. Anything on...
No,
Whoa.
perhaps. He can.
Damn it.
Right, that payment they made.
Hey, Chris, welcome in. Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for the raid. Hello, everyone. Hope you guys had a good time, Chris. Write you a shout out. Shout out. Please go follow our friend Extra Chris V, an amazing streamer and a wonderful member of our community as well. Very, very kind. Awesome, awesome community. Go check them out. Follow them on Twitter and Twitch when you get a chance. Hey, Crispy, welcome to the stream. Thanks for coming by. Were you guys playing Pokemon? I could see you were playing Pokemon. Pokemon XD, right? Sounds like fun. Hope you had a good stream. Made a lot of good progress. Although it seems from your raid message, maybe it didn't go quite so well, huh? Thank you so much for coming by and sharing your audience with me. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm Kiro, the frog-themed martial artist. We're playing some Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, and we are actually just wrapping up Chapter 2 of the game right now, so feel free to sit back and relax, or go take care of yourself after your stream. I appreciate you being here. Yeah, go get some food. Go get some food. Oh, sweet, you finished? You finished Pokemon XD. Oh, awesome. That's awesome. Hope you had a good time. It was really close. That's the best type of fight, right? When it's close, but you barely make it, and you win, and then you feel so good about it. Must be a rush. Thanks for coming by. Is there nothing in this room? I guess not. Oh wait, haha. Forgot those things don't show up on my radar.
Shit!
Hey, stop right there.
George! Raiden!
You've heard of chloroform? A potent anesthetic in smaller doses. But breathe too much of it? And adios, muchachos! Break that glass, and I'll blow his brains out! Surrender! Or decide, the needs of the many, or the needs of the few.
Raiden, don't worry about me now.
Quiet, pendejo! Surrender! I won't ask again.
George, are you sure? I'm ready. Me life now so precious. Ting, what if we can take this skunt to hell with me?
Cállate!
That's all I needed to hear.
Stop it! Now! I'll kill him, I swear!
I guess it's in the next chapter they explain what happened there, so I won't give it away. Yeah, this game's on Steam. Originally on PS3 and Xbox 360. This chapter is definitely... I know this chapter is shorter than the next chapter. I wanted to originally do Chapter 2 and Chapter 3 on stream, in one stream, but considering this chapter took us almost 2.5 hours with all the codec conversations, which is funny again, because it says I played for 48 minutes, but we've been at it for almost 2.5 hours because of all the codecs. I know Chapter 3 is longer than this one, so I think I'm actually just going to save that one for tomorrow's stream so that we don't feel rushed, because that one's also going to have codec conversations as well, to go through them. This chapter is a little bit like lower energy than the other ones. We still had a boss fight, but it wasn't quite the same as fighting like a cyborg enemy. So next chapter will definitely remedy that. But we got to meet some new characters, and also we have Wolf with us, which is great. And also poor George. But it's kind of nice to see more of the plot emerging and like different motivations behind the characters, like Raiden, for example, and like his priorities and what he wants to do. So we will see more of that as we go throughout the game. So that means today we'll leave it off here and we'll do chapter 3 tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me on stream today. I know this is a little earlier than anticipated, but I do like the world building here, and I like the moral dilemma that's kind of emerging from all this, and all the whole thing about the, you know, the children and the harvesting and the VR training. It's just such a fascinating universe, and I really like the way that they're crafting it here, and the way they're presenting a lot of these dilemmas as well. Yeah, thanks everyone, I really appreciate it. Let's... Oh, there we go, we got the mariachi uniform. That's what we needed, right? I'm not gonna wear it, but we got it. Let's find someone to raid. Okay, Miko is playing some Marvel Rivals. Some ranked matches, it seems. Let's go say hi to our friend Miko, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. Take care, guys. Bye, froggy friends.